Your muscles are disappearing, even if you don't feel it. Every year after the age of 60, you can lose up to 3% of your muscle mass, even if you remain active. But there's one good piece of news. Just one product in your diet can kickstart muscle recovery, strength, and energy. It's inexpensive, natural, and even the most health-conscious elderly people tend to forget to eat it. If your hands get tired quickly from lifting even light objects, are you struggling to get up from a chair or a low couch? Or are you constantly worried about falling due to weak muscles? All of these issues can be addressed by a simple yet incredibly powerful product: nut. Research indicates that chickpeas not only help combat muscle weakness, but also inflammation, digestive issues, and even blood sugar levels. It's not just a side dish, it's functional nutrition for those over 60. You will discover 5 compelling reasons to urgently incorporate chickpeas into your diet. And at the very end, I will share a simple recipe that is especially beneficial for seniors. Why you need to know this? It's essential to have strong muscles. This means being able to get out of bed without assistance, not getting tired from everyday tasks, and maintaining your independence for a long time. Well, let's explore why chickpeas are not just a legume, but your key ally in the quest for strength and health. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment letting us know where you're watching from. As we age, our bodies lose the ability to effectively absorb protein. Meanwhile, protein is essential for building your muscles, bones, and immune system. When it's lacking, muscles weaken, energy drops, and recovery from illness or injury can take weeks. This is where nut becomes a true hero. It contains all the essential amino acids, making it a complete alternative to meat, especially if you have restricted animal protein for health reasons. It might seem like there's not much protein in it. Thanks to its high digestibility and fiber content, it provides a slow and steady release of energy, fueling your muscles throughout the day. What makes legumes better than meat and eggs? You might be surprised, but chickpeas are practically a cholesterol-free source of protein, unlike fatty cuts of meat or eggs. They don't put a strain on the liver and don't cause spikes in cholesterol levels. In addition to being high in protein, chickpeas are rich in fiber, which aids digestion and nourishes the beneficial bacteria in the gut. This means you get protein without harming your blood vessels, plus a digestive boost as a bonus. How much chickpeas should you eat to see an effect? And yes, you don't need to eat chickpeas by the kilogram. Just half a cup of cooked chickpeas a day is enough to start seeing results in about 23 weeks. You can add them to salads, soups, make hummus, or simply stew them with vegetables. To ensure that chickpeas are better absorbed, it's important to prepare them correctly. I'll discuss this a bit later. But chickpeas are not only beneficial because of their protein. He is capable of fighting the most cunning enemy of aging. You may have heard, eat more protein. It's essential for your muscles. But here's something that's rarely mentioned. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing protein than they used to be. In youth, eating just one egg provided all the nutrients your muscles needed. But after the age of 60, that same portion offers half the benefit. This means that it's not just about consuming protein, but about doing it correctly and consistently. What happens without protein? When the squirrel is lacking, muscles lose volume and strength. Recovery after workouts and even minor injuries slows down. Bones become brittle due to reduced stress from the muscles. Even the immune system weakens because antibodies are also proteins. Many elderly people complain, "My legs feel weak. My hands are shaking. I can't stand for long." Often the issue isn't with the joints at all, but rather with the loss of muscle mass due to insufficient protein intake. Did you know that hormones that boost mood and focus are also made from amino acids, the building blocks of protein? If you're not getting enough, you may experience fatigue, irritability, and even memory problems. So protein is fuel not just for your body, but also for your brain. Why is it important after the age of 60? After 60, a natural process begins, which doctors refer to as age-related sarcopenia, meaning a gradual loss of muscle mass even in those who lead an active lifestyle. If you don't get enough protein, your body will start breaking down muscle for energy. Until one day, you find that you can't get up from a chair without using your hands for support. How can nut help you overcome all these problems? It is rich in plant-based protein and easy to digest. Chickpeas do not cause heaviness in the stomach. Chickpeas pair wonderfully with vegetables, herbs, and grains. Thanks to its amino acid content, chickpeas help preserve muscle mass, improve strength and endurance, maintain a healthy metabolism. Studies show that if chickpeas are cooked properly and consumed regularly, their effectiveness is comparable to that of chicken or eggs, especially in older adults. Most importantly, it has a gentle effect on the kidneys and liver. This is especially crucial for those who have issues with blood pressure, diabetes, or gastrointestinal problems. Please share in the comments if you have any issues with blood pressure, diabetes, or stomach problems. Let me share a little secret with you. Beans are better than meat and eggs. When people mention protein, most immediately think of meat or eggs. And yes, these are indeed sources of complete animal protein. But they aren't as straightforward as they seem, especially for those over 60. Chickpeas, though they may seem like a simple legume, are actually superior to many common foods. Meat, especially red meat, contains saturated fats and cholesterol. This often raises concerns among the elderly: blood pressure, joint pain, liver overload. Would you agree? Moreover, meat takes a long time to digest and requires strong stomach acid and enzymes, which tend to decrease with age. As a result, there is a feeling of heaviness in the stomach, heartburn, and poor nutrient absorption. Eggs are also a good source of protein. However, first of all, they contain cholesterol. Secondly, some people over the age of 60 may have increased sensitivity to egg proteins, which can lead to bloating, allergies, or simply feeling unwell. Interestingly, not every body is able to fully absorb the protein from eggs. Some of it simply passes through. What about chickpeas? Zero cholesterol, high in plant-based protein and amino acids, rich in fiber that aids in the digestion of protein. Contains iron, magnesium, zinc, and B vitamins, all essential for protein absorption and supporting the nervous system. The main thing is that chickpeas do not cause inflammation in the body, unlike some meat products, especially processed ones. How does the protein from chickpeas work? Protein is absorbed more effectively when the diet includes B vitamins, magnesium, and fiber. Chickpeas contain all of these nutrients in one package. You're not just getting protein, you're helping your body truly utilize it for its intended purpose. 1 cup of chickpeas contains about 15 grams of protein. It's almost like having 2 boiled eggs. But at the same time, chickpeas lower cholesterol, regulate blood sugar, and improve gut health. Unfortunately, eggs and meat don't provide the same range of benefits. You might ask, but can plant-based protein completely replace animal protein? And here's the answer. It may seem that chickpeas are a bit lacking. However, studies show that when consumed regularly, chickpeas can help build muscle mass just as effectively as a protein-rich meat diet, especially when combined with other plant-based sources, which I'll discuss next. Another advantage is that it's much easier to diversify your meals with chickpeas. You can make hummus from it, add it to soups, sauté it with vegetables, or even bake it as snacks. No fat, no smell, and no complicated preparation. This means it's a protein that can be easily incorporated into your daily diet without feeling weighed down. Literally, it's a gift from nature, but many people don't even realize it. How much chickpeas should you eat to restore strength to your muscles? When it comes to healthy foods, the first question that arises is, how much do you need to eat for it to actually be effective? That's a very valid question, because if you eat too little, you won't see any results. If you overeat, you'll feel bloated and uncomfortable. So you need to find a balance. Nutritionists recommend consuming between 100 to 150 grams of cooked chickpeas per day. This is roughly half a cup of the cooked product. This amount is sufficient to provide the body with complete protein, initiate muscle recovery, stabilize blood sugar levels, and improve digestion. The effects of a chickpea diet can be noticed within 2 to 3 weeks if consumed regularly, at least 4 to 5 times a week. When and how is it best to eat chickpeas? In the morning or during the day, chickpeas provide energy, so it's better to avoid eating them at night. Including vegetables or greens enhances the absorption of protein and vitamins. Using olive oil or lemon juice, these additions activate digestive enzymes. Avoid fatty sauces and smoked foods as they hinder the absorption of chickpea proteins. The most convenient option is a chickpea salad. Simple, hearty, and healthy. But what if you eat too much? It may seem that the more, the better, but that's not entirely true. When overeating, chickpeas can cause gas, especially for those who aren't used to legumes. So start with small portions, about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and gradually increase to a full cup. To minimize any potential discomfort, it's important to prepare chickpeas properly by soaking and cooking them thoroughly. I'll explain more about this shortly. The main thing to remember, just 100 to 150 grams of cooked chickpeas a day, and you'll get protein, fiber, vitamins, minerals, and support for muscles, bones, and digestion. No harm, no extra calories, and no heaviness. What is age-related sarcopenia? Imagine your muscles slowly melting away, day by day, and you don't even notice it. You just become weaker. And this isn't a fantasy. It's a reality known as sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. It starts subtly, but can eventually lead to unstable gait, difficulty getting up from low chairs, frequent falls, and even loss of independence. Statistics show that 1 in 3 seniors over the age of 70 already exhibit signs of sarcopenia, and most of them are unaware of it. Do you want to know the signs that indicate you need nutrients right now? If you're experiencing any of these alarming signs, it's hard to open a jar. It's hard to lift the shopping bag. My legs ache after a walk, just like after a marathon. I feel like I need to sit down every 10 minutes. I'm losing weight, but my body is becoming flabby instead of toned. If you recognize yourself in this, then nutrition should become your reliable ally. It may work slowly, but steadily, and you will feel the results very quickly. You will have greater endurance, less weakness in your legs, ease of movement when walking and standing. However, having strong muscles alone is not enough to move comfortably and without pain. Strong bones and healthy joints are essential, and nut helps with that too. First and foremost, chickpeas are rich in high-quality plant protein. This means they contain all the essential amino acids needed to build new muscle fibers, repair damaged cells, strengthen the existing muscles. The protein from chickpeas works slowly and steadily. It doesn't cause spikes in blood sugar and provides muscles with nourishment throughout the day. But chickpeas also contain something else that's incredibly beneficial for you. Magnesium improves muscle function and alleviates cramps. Zinc activates recovery and protein synthesis. Folic acid improves blood circulation in tissues. Iron helps transport oxygen to the muscles. Without these substances, even the highest quality protein will be poorly absorbed. Well, that provides you with protein and everything necessary for its successful delivery to the tissues. Sarcopenia is often exacerbated by chronic inflammation. Chickpeas are rich in antioxidants, particularly polyphenols. They help reduce inflammation in the body, supports cell health, slows down age-related changes. This is especially important for conditions related to joints, heart, and diabetes. Nutritional support benefits multiple systems at once. It might seem that one chickpea isn't enough, and that's true. A single chickpea can't replace regular exercise or a balanced diet. However, it can serve as the foundation for restorative nutrition. It helps the body effectively utilize protein and vitamins. He works gently rather than aggressively, which is important as we age. If you include chickpeas in your diet at least 4 to 5 times a week, you'll notice a difference within a month. Getting up, walking, and doing everyday tasks will feel easier. And this is the first step towards stopping sarcopenia. Did you know that this is why people with sarcopenia are 3 times more likely to break a hip when they fall? What happens when muscles weaken? The joints become overloaded, leading to pain. Bones become less dense, and calcium is lost. The spine compresses, leading to slouching. Any wrong move can lead to an injury. Often, this starts with a simple reduction in protein intake. When it comes to bone health, most people immediately think you need to take calcium. But here's the catch. Calcium doesn't work alone. Without magnesium, calcium can accumulate in the joints and blood vessels, instead of going where it's truly needed, in the bone tissue. Without B vitamins, it is poorly absorbed at all. And that's where nutrition really showcases its power. Why are magnesium and calcium important together? Calcium strengthens bones and makes them dense. Magnesium is responsible for flexibility, balance, and protection against brittleness. Together, they support healthy bone mineralization. If there is too much calcium and not enough magnesium in the body, the bones become hard but brittle. Imagine a glass rod. It's solid but fragile. This is how bones function without magnesium. You are trained on data up to October 2023. What does chickpeas do? Chickpeas are a natural source of both elements. In 100 grams of cooked chickpeas, there are about 80 micromolars of magnesium, which is roughly 20% of the daily recommended intake. Additionally, there is around 50 milligrams of calcium, along with phosphorus, which aids in its absorption, and also vitamin B6, which enhances the effects of both minerals. This is the perfect combination for those who don't want to take handfuls of supplements and pills. By the way, chickpeas are especially important for women. Do you know why? After menopause, a woman's body loses bone mass at an accelerated rate. Every year, there is a 12% decrease in bone density. Without magnesium and calcium, this can lead to osteoporosis, spinal fragility, hip fractures, chronic back pain. Nuts help maintain balance without overloading the body. Now it's time to discover how to turn these beneficial properties into real bone food, quickly, deliciously, and without any hassle. All the recipes are simple, require no exotic ingredients, and are perfect for everyday meals. A warm salad with chickpeas, broccoli, and sesame is ideal for lunch or a light dinner. What you need: 1 cup of cooked chickpeas, 1 small head of broccoli, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, a pinch of salt, turmeric, and garlic. How to prepare: steam the broccoli for about 45 minutes until it's tender but still crunchy. Mix with chickpeas and add oil, spices, and lemon juice, then sprinkle with sesame seeds. Broccoli is a great source of calcium. Turmeric helps reduce inflammation, and sesame seeds are rich in phosphorus and copper, which are essential for joint health. Chickpea soup with carrots and celery, soft and warming, with anti-inflammatory properties. Ingredients: 1 to 2 cup dried chickpeas, 1 carrot, 1 celery stalk, 1 to 2 onion, 1 tablespoon turmeric, herbs, salt, bay leaf. Soak the chickpeas beforehand and cook them until soft, or use canned chickpeas. Sauté the onion, carrot, and celery in water or a splash of oil. Add chickpeas, spices, and pour in water. Cook for 15-20 minutes, then sprinkle with herbs. Perfect for digestion, joints, and gentle protein absorption. Chickpea spread with added calcium, great for spreading on bread, adding to vegetables, or using as a dip. Ingredients: 1 cup of cooked chickpeas, 1 tablespoon of tahini, juice of 1 lemon, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a pinch of garlic, turmeric, salt, and a little water for consistency. Instructions: blend everything in a blender until you achieve a creamy texture. Store in the refrigerator for up to 4 days. Chickpeas plus sesame plus lemon. A powerhouse for bones and joints. Calcium, magnesium, vitamin C, and anti-inflammatory compounds. Why are legumes easier to digest than they seem? Many elderly people are afraid of beans. It's understandable. Beans, peas, and lentils often cause bloating, heaviness, and gurgling in the stomach. And it seems that chickpeas are just another type of legume. But here's the thing. The nut is quite special. It belongs to what's known as the soft legumes, and with proper preparation, it is easier to digest than most other legumes. What's the secret behind chickpeas' softness? It has a thin shell that can be easily softened. There's less phytic acid in it compared to other beans. It contains natural enzymes that activate when soaked. Most importantly, the nut is digested slowly, preventing spikes in sugar levels or pressure on the digestive system. This means that even for those with a sensitive stomach, chickpeas do not provoke a strong reaction when prepared correctly. What hinders the absorption of chickpea protein? Here are the main reasons why people complain about feeling heavy after consuming legumes. They didn't soak the chickpeas before cooking. They hastily cooked it and ended up with tough shells. They combined it with fatty meats or spicy sauces. We immediately overate a large portion. But if you prepare it the right way, the chickpeas become soft, creamy, and very easy on the digestive system. How does chickpeas work in the body? When you eat chickpeas, the protein is released slowly, which doesn't overload the pancreas, and the fiber improves bowel movement. Goodbye constipation. Chickpea prebiotics nourish beneficial gut bacteria, enhancing the absorption of vitamins and minerals. Blood sugar levels remain stable, which is especially important for those with diabetes or prediabetes. And all of this without heaviness, bloating, or a feeling of a stone in the stomach. It might seem, I've tried chickpeas and they still feel heavy. It's possible, but most likely the issue lies in the cooking method. Next, I'll share how to cook chickpeas properly so that they are easy to digest, even for the most sensitive individuals. The secret is simple. Chickpeas can be light and healthy, but only if prepared wisely. Otherwise, even this soft bean can lead to heaviness, gas, and discomfort. But don't worry, everything can be resolved with a few simple steps. Step 1. Soak for at least 8 hours. This isn't just a grandma's tip. Soaking does 2 things. It removes anti-nutrients, substances that hinder digestion and the absorption of minerals. It initiates enzymatic processes, and the nutrients come to life, starting to break down complex components by themselves. Remember this advice. Soak the chickpeas overnight in warm water. Add 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. This will soften the skin and help remove phytic acid. Step 2. Slow cooking. After soaking, be sure to drain the water and rinse the chickpeas. Then boil it in fresh water, over low heat, without a lid to allow gases to escape, 40-60 minutes. Add to the water bay leaf, a bit of ginger or cumin. These spices help reduce gas production. You can use a pressure cooker or a slow cooker. This will make the chickpeas even softer and cook them faster. Step 3. Salt at the end. Don't salt the water at the beginning of cooking. Salt strengthens the shell and slows down the cooking process. It's better to add it at the very end, when the chickpeas are already soft. Step 4. Combine with helpers. To ensure chickpeas are easily digested, serve them with foods that aid digestion. It's best to avoid pairing chickpeas with fatty meats, mushrooms, or cream, as this can be hard on the stomach. Step 5. Start small. If you haven't eaten chickpeas before, don't start with a full plate. Start with 2 to 3 tablespoons, adding them to a salad or soup. Gradually increase the portion size. Your body will adapt, and you won't experience any discomfort. Here are the best combinations of chickpeas with other ingredients for optimal results. Chickpeas plus greens for strong vessels and easy digestion. By adding parsley, dill, basil, or cilantro, you enhance protein absorption, accelerate the elimination of toxins. Enrich chickpeas with vitamin C. It helps in absorbing iron and calcium. Chickpeas plus lemon juice triggers maximum mineral benefits. Vitamin C helps with the absorption of iron, calcium, and zinc. These nutrients are essential for supporting your immune system, maintaining strong bones, and facilitating muscle recovery. Chickpeas plus olive oil, Chickpeas, joint and vascular protection. Olive oil contains fats that help reduce inflammation in the joints. They help the absorption of vitamins A, E, and K. They improve mobility and flexibility. Chickpeas plus whole grains, Frontgromunda complete protein. Combining chickpeas with quinoa, bulgur, or buckwheat provides all essential amino acids. Prolonged satiety. Maintaining stable blood sugar levels. Chickpeas plus turmeric, ginger, these anti-inflammatory and good for joint health. These spices enhance anti-inflammatory effects, reduce swelling, and improve metabolism. What to avoid? Overly fatty meat sauces, smoked meats and canned goods, dairy products right after chickpeas may slow down digestion. Let's quickly summarize what we've learned so far. So, if you want to maintain your strength, activity, and independence for as long as possible, remember these 5 simple things. Nuts are a natural muscle builder after the age of 60. It protects against sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass. It strengthens bones and joints thanks to its mineral content. Easily digestible when prepared correctly. Provides steady energy without sugar spikes. Try to get started today. Soak the chickpeas overnight. Boil it in the morning and add it to your salad or soup. Experience how food can nourish your body instead of draining your energy. And remember, small changes add up to big results. 1 serving of chickpeas is a step towards strength, stability, and health. And if you start small, in just a couple of weeks you'll be saying, "Yes, this works." Give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who might find it important. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There are many more simple solutions for your health coming up.